we have a MacBook Pro. It's 16 inches. It says no charging, no power. This is A2141. Let's test it out. Okay, as you guys know, the first thing we do is we first take out the back cover. We do not send power to our device until we are sure of what state the device is in. We have one screw missing there. Okay, screws are out. This is a 16 inches 2019. Let's go over it, do a bit of a visual inspection, see if anything stands out. Okay, so for this one, what we will be doing is, so first thing first, we disconnect the battery and also remove the battery screw. That is not required, but I just like to have the battery screw out. So that is out. Next thing we want to do, we want to see if we have a short on our board. It's this is going to be, this is an 820 board number 820.01700. 820.01700. There you go. Let's try to move the machine closer. You can see it from there. Yeah. Okay, so we can measure for short on our fuse here, which is F7000. Either of the fuse, either F7000 or F7001. Let's see if we have a short on our PP bus. We don't have a short on our PP bus. That's fine. The next thing we want to do is we want to see if we have a short on our 2.5 volt line for the SSD. That we can confirm on C9589, which is either C95, 89, or 87. So these two caps here. And we don't have a short on that side. Let's now check on the right side as well. Let's see if we have a short on the 2.5 volt line on the right. Okay, we don't have a short. Okay, and that's fine. Now we can safely connect the charger to the device. Do we have trackpad feedback? We don't have trackpad feedback. Okay, that's fine. Let's see what we have on our PP bus. 12.6, that will mean that we have 20 volt. 12.2, 12.3, that will mean we have 5 volt on our charger. Let's see what we have on our PP bus. 12.3, okay, that is to say that means we have 5 volt on our PPDCIN. So that we can confirm. We'll see we have 5 volt and not 20 volt. Yeah, so we have 5 volt and not 20 volt. So we are checking at the fuse, which is the PPDCIN fuse. We see we have 5 volt and a 20 volt. Okay, the next thing we want to do is we want to try to put the device into DFU mode. Before we further, let's try to put the device into DFU mode. Okay, so because it may be that the device is stuck in recovery. So let's try to put the device into DFU mode. Let's get a cable. Did you take cables from here? Did you take my cables? No? There's one here. Okay, so this is Intel. We will be using the second port. If it was an M1, we'll be using the first port. So plug it into the second port, and then on the host device, on the host machine, it doesn't matter which port you connect the other end of the cable to. Okay, let's go to Apple Configurator 2.
Sometimes we get 12.3 if the machine is
No. So if the machine is stuck in recovery, so you will get 5 volt. So 5 volt will give you 12.3 volt on PPDCIN. Okay, it doesn't seem to be stuck on recovery. Let's try to put the machine into DFU mode. How to do that? So we hold down the control option, right shift key, and then the power button. We do that for about 10 seconds. 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10. Sometimes you have to try multiple times before you get into DFU mode. Let's try that again. 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10. Still nothing. Let's try that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9. Nothing. Okay. So we are not. We will try for the last time, and then we can take the board out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10. Okay, nothing. Now let's take our board out. We confirm that we are stuck on 5 volt. First, let's go over the T5 screws, and then the T4, and then the T6. So right now we want to know, our focus is going to be shifted to the USB-C circuitry, USB-C port circuitry, to find out why we have 5 volt instead of 20 volt. And it's not like the device is stuck in DFU mode. As we have seen, the device is neither stuck in DFU mode nor is the device stuck in recovery. It's a T5. Okay, now we need a T6, T5, not to forget this one, and then the T6. Okay, screws are out. Now we need to remove the board from the shell. Okay, it's time to take our board out. Okay, board is out. Let us put aside our shell. Now we want to do a close observation of the board. Check out the side of our CD3217. So this is going to be 1, 2, and then the other side. Actually, when this repair is done, we need to replace that cap. Otherwise, it's most likely going to fail in future. So need to replace that cap. And 3, 4. So first thing first, let us take a random measurement around the CD3217 to see if we have a short in any one of them. Okay, we have a short on that one. I'm just gonna go back to it. So we are measuring at the 1.5 volt. That's an LDO. So let's check that. So we have a short there. Okay, so let's continue to check on others first. Let's go to the other side of the CD3217. Okay, so this seemed to be the only one. This seemed to be the only place we have a problem, which is here. Okay, so if we check now the short that where we get in the short here, and there are only two items on that line. We have it's connected to our U3100 and it's connected to our C3104. So it's either going to be U3100 or C3104. So Peter, you're going to take a guess. Which one is it? The cap or our CD3217? Cap first. A little bit, but not 100%. So you say cap or CD3217?
Let's go for the easy way.
Cap first, yeah? Okay, so let's take out the cap. Okay, the cap is out. So one way we can see if the cap itself was a problem is we can actually measure at the cap itself. So if we get beep, if it beeps, it means our problem was the cap, and if it doesn't beep, it means we have to go with the CD3217. Okay, let's do that. And Peter was right. Our problem was the cap. So that is one way you can confirm a faulty cap. It's not supposed to beep. Beeping tells you that the cap has failed. So our problem was the cap. So now let's check on the line again. Hopefully the cap didn't create any damage on the line. And our short is gone. That is good. So right now we will put the cap back, but first we want to see what we now have on our initially we were getting 12 point what? 12.3. So now let's see, do we have 12.6? 12.6 will tell us that we have 20 volt on our PPDCIN. Let's see what we have now. That's 12.6. That is beautiful. So that tells us that we have 20 volt on our PPDCIN, and that is also indicative that our board is starting. I'm just going to give you guys that. That is 20 volt. That is beautiful. So we have a starting board. Okay, so officially our board is fixed. But two things we need to do. We need to put the cap back, and then we need to address that cap there. So that is going to be the standard. It's almost like the standard failure, the failure pattern of A2141s, which is the 21 16 inches. So what happens is that this cap here will fail, and then it obviously, and then you get and then when it fails, and it affects U9850, and then U9850 fails, and then it sends 12.6 volt, which is the PP bus voltage, to your nines, and then your machine basically dies from there. And then you're sitting with a machine that first and first your data will be lost, and then you it becomes a little bit more of an expensive repair. So let's make sure that cap, let's replace that cap so we do not have such a problem in the future. That is not a concern now, but we're hoping that that may be something in future. So better to have it replaced now. There are actually two caps that are not looking good, so we will also address the other one.
Is it the same case you say if you don't put it labels,
Yeah,
it
we
still works?
yeah, we can not put it back. It's not a problem. Okay, that's fine. No, heat is reduced. That's fine. No, it takes longer. Okay, that is up. And this cap also is not looking good, so it's better we also remove it. So anything, especially on your 16 inches, that could jeopardize it in future, it's better to address it before it happens. Okay, let's put those caps back. Where did I drop that? Okay. Okay, so get a donor bot to grab those caps from. Okay, and then also that cap. It's actually good that this is here because we don't want to put too much heat on our SSD. You can use, let's see, which one can we use there? Okay, let's take this one. It seems a little bigger than what we need, and something a little smaller. Okay, let's get another board. Yeah, that don't look good. Looks like a liquid damage cab. Get another one. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, that looks fantastic. Okay. Now let's replace that. That seems a little big, yeah? It seems too big. Okay. Let's see that. And then let's put the other cap back. The cap, okay, let's put that back real quick. Okay. Okay, that's in its place. We're now going to clean our board. other side as well. Okay, let's just be sure we don't have a short on that line. Remember the other cap we replaced and there was a short, remember? Okay, we don't have a short. Okay, and this, do we have a short here? No, we don't. Okay, that looks good. Now we can test our board. Couple of years from now, when they see you and then they be like, they don't know how you started and all of the trouble you went through.
Yeah.
They just, people just see glory, they don't see the struggle.
It depends. For me, I see it as there's no any other way. Because I am not gonna be here, but every session will make I do something.
Yeah, that is that's typically it actually. Like you find yourself like every now and then you some things you see but they're not really clear. You don't really know how what it's really not making sense. But over time, it tends to it starts to click and it starts to make sense. And it's the same thing for everyone, you know. At some point, it wasn't clicking. You don't get it. You don't seem to really understand the concept. But over time, it starts to make sense, you know. And it's also very important that you pray to God for understanding, you know, because it's one thing for you to make the effort, but understanding only comes from God. Gives you the understanding, the forbearance, you know, makes things easy for you. At the end of the day, it's you just need to try, put in the effort, and hope for the best result. So again, okay, that one is not working at all. Okay, just remind me, because I need to just remind me, and also I need to take that back. So that when I go there, I'll buy a couple of. Is that the only thing that you would need when I go? Just let me know what else you need so that I can. We don't really need all of these cables that I'm putting for testing, but yeah, it's just Yeah, we really like hope that it is ready. And did you change the battery already?
Actually,
Yeah, you said you were going to get a battery for this.
I didn't change
Okay. Yeah, so I'm thinking, so maybe what you do is you take this one and then you give me the new one because I feel like it's
it.
okay. Because I feel like so no. What I'm saying is use this one first because I don't think the battery is just I don't know, but because it's quite new, but I don't know. I just feel like maybe it's the values I'm getting are not 100%, or maybe it's the multimeter itself. Anyway, let's, uh, let's test it now. Charger connected. Do we have trackpad feedback? Yes, we have trackpad feedback. That's good. Do we have Apple logo? Fine starting. Okay. Fine spins. Uh, Fines are spinning. Do we have anything on our screen yet? Okay. Yeah, that's good. We have a low battery sign. So um, this is pretty much complete. We close the lid and give it a bit of time to get at least a 1% charge. So just a quick recap, even though we don't have time to do a quick recap, but we're just doing this because we need to give the battery at least a 1% charge so that you guys can get to see that the machine is done. So the CD32, so this is a 16 inches, just like the 15 inches and just like the 13 inches, where you have four CD32 15 in the 2015, 2016, 2017. But on the 2019, you have the CD3217. They typically do the same thing. Now you have four ports that work uh, in uniform. So when one of the port fails, what happens is the entire three or the entire four will not function. However, because they are almost they are almost connected in a way. So depending on, but then also in each of the CD3215 there are various functions. Now, when one fails, depending on the region that fails inside the CD3215 or 17, that will determine if it will affect the other ones on the board. So sometimes if the region of the CD3215 or 17 that fails, if it's not as critical or if it's not required for the function of the other four or of the other three, what happens is you will have the other three ports working, but just that port will not work. But if it's a critical region that fails, none of the ports of the rest will work. And also, another thing to also take note of, there are two channels in each port. So you have channel A and then channel B. That can be seen as 61 and 62. I'm just going to show you guys what that would look like. So this is U3100. So on U3100, we will see something that will say CC. Okay, let's yeah. So you see this that says USB XACC2 and USB XACC1. So that is so say for example when you let's do this. So when you connect what's the DC jack? Okay. So when you do this, that will be seen as that will be seen as A, and then when you flip it like this, that will be seen as B. So sometimes you may have an issue with A, but B would work. Do you understand? So sometimes you have issue with B, but A would work. So you have two channels, which is why it's reversible. So okay, let's hope that we have at least 1% charge on our machine now. Let's see. So we still have a low battery. Okay, you guys get it. I mean, the device is done. It's still we still have a low battery. We'll give you time to charge. But this is a completed repair. Yeah, we just have to move on to the next one because we do not have the luxury of time. So thank you guys. I will see you guys in the next one. Okay, so we had this charger. Let's see if it's charged now. Okay, so you guys can see the device is charged. Initially, we had it. The battery was really down, so we had to put it to charge. And yeah, as you guys can see, this is a completed repair. We don't have to wait for the device to boot the desktop. You guys get the idea. Device is up and running. This is gonna go to assembly guys. They will assemble the device and do all of the necessary testing, and this can go to a happy client. Okay, yeah, you guys can see the device is up and running. So thank you guys. I will see you guys. Yeah, looks what is that? Yeah, yeah. Anyway, um, okay. Thank you guys. It's just trying to increase the brightness. Yeah, something definitely wrong with the screen. Okay. Thank you guys. I will see you guys in the next one.